An article in Free Press Journal recently made two recommendations to the government, but we will be covering one related to dairy sector in detail here. The first is that the health minister needs to be replaced. He promotes neither truth nor good science, that Azim Premji, noted industrialist, told an RSS gathering recently. Instead, we would like to see someone like the collector Dr. Rajendra Bharut of Nandurbar, Maharashtra, to be at the helm, because he could not only anticipate the emerging oxygen shortage but also ushered in a solution. The second crucial recommendation is asking the government to leave the dairy sector alone. It is with immense sadness that one notes how Narendra Modi, as Chief Minister of Gujarat, was a champion of the milk industry, but after he became Prime Minister, he abandoned the dairy sector. It could be a half-baked ideology, or it could be the reluctance of the cooperative dairy sector to finance politicians. But the government's moves here aimed at decimating the dairy sector that could ruin rural prosperity altogether. If the government is sensible, it will roll back the cattle slaughter ban, or it should, if it still wants the ban, compensate the farmers at Rs 20,000 for each old cattle they were not allowed to sell to the trade. That is the money they used to get, which they used to part finance the purchase of a young milch cattle. Now with the Rs 20,000 not forthcoming, many farmers have opted not to purchase the replacement. Fortunately, milk production has not declined because of excellent technologies. Gau Rakshaks or cow protectors claim that even old cattle can be profitable. Their urine and dung can be marketed. Surprisingly, they don't keep the cattle and make the money. But please free the farmer from this burden. We must not forget that almost 10 crore families depend on milking cattle. The game of subsidies needs to be stopped immediately. It protects the inefficient and cripples the efficient. And imports will ruin this industry, as domestic market prices for milk cannot be allowed to fall. If the government allows this industry to grow along the lines recommended by Dr. Kurian, this industry could generate an output of around Rs 15 lakh crore as against 8 lakh crore currently. It could become the milk supplier to the world. That is why milk producing countries want to cripple this industry, and Modi government is willing to lend them a hand. They tried the RCEP route, now they will try the methane greenhouse gases route to cull India's cattle business. Mr. R.S. Sodhi, MD, GCMMF, in a recent interview with ET Now, shared that during the first wave last year, the lockdown came as an opportunity to spend time with family and near and dear ones. People began to experiment with their cooking skills. Everyone was trying to act like a chef and sharing recipes and pictures of their creation on social media. Last year, there was a lot of panic buying. Consumption of healthy foods like cheese, paneer, butter and ghee was very high. UHT milk also showed an upsurge. The second wave of COVID-19 is more grim. There is no panic buying, but the mood inside every household is serious. It is because either a family member or some near and dear one is facing corona pandemic, thus impacting the buying power of common men due to increased medical bills. The sales of liquid milk has not been impacted much, but other products are feeling the heat of plummeting demand. Smaller packs are more in demand this time. While cow's milk is still the most popular, non-dairy alternatives hits an estimated $2.95 billion last year, up 54% from 5 years earlier, according to Mintel. The 6 most popular plant-based milk based on sales data from the past year are almond, oat, soy, coconut, pea and rice as per Spence. Almond milk is no match for cow's milk in terms of protein. Oat milk drink by Oatly has 7 grams of added sugars and only 3 grams of protein. Soy milk, when fortified with calcium and vitamin C and D, is the only non-dairy milk that is comparable to cow's milk in terms of nutrient balance according to the dietary guidelines. Coconut milk has about half as many calories as whole milk, but has little protein and has 5 grams of saturated fats. Pea milk is high in protein, 8 grams per cup, and unsweetened versions contained about half the calories of whole milk. When compared with other plant-based milk, there doesn't seem to be any benefit from rice milk. For the second year in a row, the lack of government intervention to boost the ice cream sector has led to a loss of market sentiment for ice creams and frozen desserts during lockdowns and curfews. With almost 12,000 small and large ice cream manufacturers in serious financial difficulties, the time has come for most of them to shut shop. Ice cream is being avoided in myths and fear of catching a cold or cough, the premier signs for COVID-19. The recent RBI policy that restructures loans rather than extending the moratorium is of little help to the ice cream industry, which has already suffered a considerable loss. Sudhir Shah, President IICMA, said the government can bring back a glimmer of hope by accepting 2 of our most logical demands. the reduction of GST from 18% to 12% at least, and a provision for fund assistance either as interest-free or direct cash assistance. Pradeep G. Pai, Treasurer ICMS, said all state governments should support the ice cream industry as it contributes immensely in generating local employment. Ice cream, like dairy, should be brought under essential goods as done in Karnataka during the lockdown last year. We also seek a deferral or electrical bills as sales have taken a huge hit across the country. Hit your opponent where it hurts him most. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Y.S. Jagan Mohan Reddy is precisely doing this with his political opponent Chandrababu Naidu, and the tool he is employing is dairy cooperatives. Some of the leaders of Jagan's party accused Chandrababu Naidu of doing this to safeguard the interest of his family-owned dairy business. The young Chief Minister Jagan Reddy did not confront Naidu face to face, rather began a process which would weaken Naidu's grip and dry up his purses. He invited GCMMF, Pride of Dairy Cooperatives in India, to do the job of reviving the dairy cooperative movement in the state. The bloodless surgery is paying off, say insiders. The first in the list was Sangam Dairy in Guntur. Its chairman and TDP former MLA Dhulipalla Narendra Kumar have been arrested on charges of irregularities, and the dairy has been handed over to Amul for a facelift. Though the Andhra Pradesh High Court has suspended the government order issued for taking over the Sangam Dairy last Friday, the controversy is far from over. The meteoric rise in palm oil prices is poised to inflate costs for everyone from restaurants to confectionery and cosmetic manufacturers and could potentially change consumption patterns. The world's most consumed edible oil has surged more than 120% in the past year and buzzed through Singapore dollar 1,453 a ton to the record of May 12. The tropical oil, which is found in products as diverse as chocolate, frozen desserts, pastries, soaps, lipstick, etc., and is widely used in Asian restaurants, has been swept up in global commodities rallies as farm crops soar on weather worries and China's crop buying spree. Consumption in large consumer India is especially at risk because of drop in demand outside the home and the impact of world's worst COVID-19 outbreak, according to Atul Chaturvedi, President of Solvent Extractors Association. Companies wanting to shift out of palm to other oils may find opportunities limited due to higher cost of soybean oil. The second most consumed oil is up by 150% in the past year, and sunflower oil processed from Ukraine have more than doubled. Chobani launched fair trade versions of all of its 32-ounce multi-serve Greek yogurt tubs, including whole milk plain, low-fat plain, non-fat plain, strawberry blended and vanilla blended. These are the first dairy products to get the fair trade certification. Chobani worked with Fairtrade USA to develop a special certification program for US dairy farms and cooperatives. It grew out of Chobani's Milk Matters campaign, launched in 2019 to determine an agriculture production standard for the dairy industry that's consider product traceability, supply chain transparency, safe and non-discriminatory work conditions for employees and internal compliance systems. This standard is now available for dairy companies seeking fair trade certification. Consumers are paying more attention to brand stances on social, economic and environmental issues and opting for products that offer benefits beyond nutrition. Third-party certifications offer shoppers a higher level of trust and transparency compared to self-made claims, helping companies cut through the deluge of sustainability-focused marketing and branding consumers face.
Thanks for watching Dairy News 7x7 channel with news update from last 7 days. To continue receiving update from this channel, I, Kuldeep Sharma, request you to subscribe this channel and share and like the video, and also don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.